start a startup, a lot of people say, believe that it's a glamorous thing. You can hear a lot of people are raising so much funds, they have a fantastic life, right? But it's not glamorous. It's a very tricky and hard journey, right? If you are building a startup, you are the PM yourself, you are the CEO yourself, right? So both of the things because you have to wear multiple hats in the beginning. Some say it's a flexible stuff. It doesn't happen. It's not flexible, right? People say that 9 to 5 job is the one thing which is not flexible, and then they start startup that okay, I will be more flexible in my time. But if you are a startup founder, you are working all the time. Forget about saving the time. That I will be working for 9 to 5 or 2 to 8 or whatever. You are working all the time because it's always in your mind. It keeps going on. You will never be settled down. It just you have to train your mind so hard that you get some race period, legs period out of your business. And these are all the things in the beginning when you are building a startup, right? Some says money. I'm going to build a lot of money, but always remember that 1 out of 100 startups always succeed. Remaining 30, 40 average out and remaining 50 dies. Right? So always try to have some correct motivation for it. Some says I'm going to be my own boss, but forget about it. It's going to be vice versa. You are going to be everyone else is going to be your own boss, because when you are building a startup, you have to think first about your people, right? You have to think about your people, your team, your team's birthday, your team's holidays, your team's family's requirement, everything. As a founder, you have to keep your team first. As I said, you build people, people will build come, and that's the responsibility of founder. That you are not going to be boss; it's going to be vice versa, right? People are going to be your boss. So these are all, of course, not the correct motivation to start. Okay, so all these things, though not the correct motivation to start, all these things is going to follow if you succeed down the line, right? The glamorousness, flexibility, money, the boss thing, everything is going to follow down the line, but not in the beginning. These are going to be the thing after a couple of years once you succeed. Now, for starting a startup, of course, you need a good idea from which you develop a product, build a good team, and then execute, right? So we always hear that sometimes ideas are worth a time, and sometimes somebody says, okay, it's a billion dollar idea. Now, which one is true? Are ideas worth a time, or ideas are $1 billion? So it depends, right? It's a contextual thing. Let me give you an example. Flipkart founders, the Bansals, used to work into Amazon in US, but then they figured out, okay, it's a good business model. Why can't we start a similar thing in India? They left the job, come back to India, started Flipkart when in the initial period they were just selling books. They see that it is working, and they expanded to the other product categories as well. Now, this is the thing, so they just copy pasted the idea from a different geography, right? Now, in this case, the idea was not a $1 billion one, but the execution was, right? They executed it so nicely that it's a $1 billion startup nowadays, and both the founders got exited from the company. Now the company belongs to Walmart. But so the idea was not that important. But when Jeff Bezos started in Seattle, the Amazon, it was a $1 billion idea, right? Because there was nothing like it existing previously, and Jeff Bezos thought of it first, developed the Amazon. So it's a $1 billion idea which Jeff Bezos comes up with. But of course, the execution was important in both the cases. So the point I'm trying to make here is, ideas are important, but the execution is more important than that, because you can always copy paste. So just copying ideas, it is called an imitative entrepreneur. There are different kinds of entrepreneurs as well. Somebody is innovative entrepreneur, somebody is imitative entrepreneur. So being an imitative entrepreneur is also good. You don't, as I said, you don't have to reinvent the wheels. You can just implement that same stuff, be on somebody else's shoulder and build something ahead, right? So they just implemented a similar idea in India, executed it nicely, and built up $1 billion companies out of it. So ideas are important, but execution is more important than that. Product. Now, if you are building a product, try to build a product which people want. Don't build a product which people need, particularly in your startup, right? What I mean from it, we all need phone, right? But we want iPhone. That's the difference, right? So the phone is our need, but iPhone is our want, and we all know that how successful iPhone is, right? So this is the example which we have to say. It's a Seth Godin. Seth Godin is a brilliant marketer. It's his word that if you build something people want, you are going to be more successful compared to if you build something people need. Right? And when people want something, they brag about it. And it's a marketing in itself. Right? Apple's the word of mouth marketing is so high that they don't have to spend more amount of money on their marketing. Even if you see the ads which you see from the Apple are always in collaboration with Airtel or Reliance, right? So those are the people who pay for the marketing for the Apple. So this is the kind of, they are running a different business model. This is the business model you have to develop, and they have come up with a very innovative business model, right? So try to build a product which people want, don't just need. And when people want their product, they are going to be your natural marketers for you. Team. So these are all these idea to product to team. These are all very giant topics. We can take a number of days into that. But very briefly, if we talk about team, then team, as I said, is going to build a company. So in the initial days, you have to be very specific whom you are building, getting into your team. Right? As a founder, if you think that you need a co-founder, that I am from a business background, I need somebody from the technical background. Then if you are bringing somebody in your team, be very sure that he or she has that kind of frequency with your mindset, that the vision is same, or the person believes in the similar vision. Because co-founder conflicts are the major reason why the startup fails. Why in the initial hires are important? Of course, the vision needs to be aligned, the vision needs to be matched, but the responsibilities, the roles which you are assigning each other, right? You have to be very comfortable for taking orders as well. You have to be comfortable to taking orders. If you don't know something, that other founder can tell you what to do. And these are again, people's management skills which comes here handy. You have to be very clear about hiring your initial hires, because those are the tricky thing going to be the equity shares distributions, how much equity you want to dilute for your co-founder, for the advisor. These are very tricky questions. You won't find the answer of this on Google. It's just you have to deal with somebody who has done it before. Right? So very important things. Building a team requires a lot of efforts, and initial hires are so much important. So co-founder equity splits and other things are a very technical part. We can discuss if somebody wants to discuss and know about it. And execution, as I said, founders, culture and vision is very important things. Again, fail fast, execute fast, and get back up again. That's the philosophy you have to follow. And at the end, just remember this golden mantra: sales fix everything. If you are selling, things are going to be settled down. But if you are not selling, everything is fine, nothing is going to be better. So sales fix everything. That's the golden mantra I think every startup has to remember. And startup has to, this is what I think now. Startup doesn't have to start with building a product and then selling it. Startup first have to think that, okay, how am I going to sell it? Then start building it. So remember this, sales fix everything. And then if you guys have any questions, we can talk about it.